Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or started telling a story, only to suddenly lose your train of thought halfway through? It happens to all of us. But if you're over 60, those moments might feel a little more frequent and a little more frustrating. You might even wonder quietly, is this normal? Or is something more serious going on? Let me tell you something, you are not alone. These little blips in memory, those foggy-headed mornings, that sense that your brain isn't quite as quick as it used to be, they're common, yes. But that doesn't mean there's something you have to accept as just part of aging. In fact, there's something surprisingly simple and empowering you can do to help keep your brain clear, focused, and firing on all cylinders. And it starts right in your kitchen. See, the brain, just like the heart, or your joints, or your muscles, needs fuel. And not just any fuel. It needs the right kind of nutrition to sweep away the mental clutter, reduce inflammation, and protect the delicate network of neurons that help you remember names, focus on conversations, and feel fully alive. Think of it like this. Your brain is your internal hard drive, and every day, little bits of mental dust pile up from stress, toxins, lack of sleep. And yes, even the food we eat. But here's the good news. Just like we clean our homes, we can also clean our brains. And some of the best tools for doing that are foods you can start eating today. Let's talk about one of the most powerful and perhaps unexpected brain-cleaning foods, blueberries. Yes, those little round berries you might toss into your oatmeal or blend into a smoothie. They're not just tasty, they're like tiny scrub brushes for your brain. Why? Because they're loaded with antioxidants, particularly a group called anthocyanins. These natural compounds are incredible at crossing the blood-brain barrier, which means they don't just help your body, they literally get into your brain and clean up oxidative stress, which is one of the biggest culprits behind memory loss and mental aging. Scientists have studied this for years. In fact, older adults who consumed blueberries regularly showed improvements in memory and cognitive function, not just slower decline, but actual improvement. Isn't that something? And you don't have to eat a truckload of them either. Even half a cup a day can do wonders over time. Fresh, frozen, even freeze-dried, it doesn't matter. Just get them in. Sprinkle them on your yogurt, enjoy them as a snack, or simply eat them by the spoonful. It's one of the simplest things you can do for your mind, and your taste buds will thank you too. Now, while blueberries are like the gentle janitors of your brain, sweeping away toxins and oxidative damage, there's another food that acts more like a shield, protecting your brain from future harm while also giving it a serious energy boost. And that food is walnuts. If blueberries are the gentle scrubbers, walnuts are the sturdy armor. Just look at them, they even look like little brains. Nature has a funny way of leaving clues like that. Walnuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially one called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. These healthy fats are crucial for brain health, because your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat. And just like a car engine runs better with high-quality oil, your brain runs better when it's lubricated with high-quality fat, the kind that reduces inflammation, improves communication between brain cells, and helps you stay sharp and emotionally balanced. Now here's something most people don't know. Inflammation isn't just something that causes joint pain or swelling, it can happen inside your brain too. And when it does, it can lead to slower thinking, fogginess, even depression. But omega-3s help cool that inflammation down. And walnuts? They're one of the best plant sources of it on the planet. So how do you work them in? Simple. A small handful a day, maybe 10 to 12 walnut halves, is all you need. You can snack on them between meals, chop them into salads, stir them into oatmeal, or even blend them into a homemade pesto. However you like to eat them, just know this. Every bite is feeding your brain what it truly craves. Think about this. 2 foods, blueberries and walnuts, and you've already taken a big step toward giving your brain the care and clarity it deserves. And what I love most is that these aren't pills or treatments or expensive supplements. These are real, whole foods. They're simple, natural, and full of life just like you. And the truth is, when you start nourishing your brain the right way, everything changes. You don't just remember more, you feel more alive. You start to wake up with more clarity, more confidence. You feel steadier on your feet. Conversations become easier. You might even find yourself laughing more, connecting more, living more. Because when your brain is healthy, you feel it in every part of your life. Now, you might be wondering, are there more of these foods? Ones that can help protect your memory, clear away the cobwebs, and make your mind feel light and fresh again? Absolutely. And the next one might just surprise you. Wonderful, let's keep this journey going. You've already learned how blueberries can sweep away mental clutter and how walnuts can armor your brain with powerful fats. But we're just getting started. Because there's another food, one you probably walk past at the market all the time, that works like a detox for your mind. A kind of internal spring cleaning that helps you think clearer, feel lighter, and even sleep better. That food is leafy greens. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Leafy greens. Like spinach? Kale? Romaine? Yes, exactly. Those humble greens that used to sit on the side of your plate when you were a kid, the ones we were told to eat, but never really appreciated well. Turns out, they're a gift for your brain. Let's break it down. Leafy greens are loaded with brain-protecting nutrients like vitamin K, folate, lutein, and beta-carotene. These aren't just fancy names. They're real tools your brain uses every day to repair, rebuild, and defend itself. Think of them like the repair crew for your mental highways. As we age, those roads in the brain, the connections between cells, can get damaged or blocked by inflammation, plaque, or just years of wear and tear. But these nutrients help keep everything flowing like traffic, moving smoothly, without a jam in sight. That's not a typo. 11 years. Imagine turning back the clock a whole decade just by adding a handful of spinach to your lunch. That's how powerful greens are. And they're so easy to enjoy. And it's been used for thousands of years, not just for flavor, but for healing. That golden powder sitting quietly in your spice rack? It's turmeric. Turmeric is like a miracle in a jar. The secret lies in a compound it contains called curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory that's been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier and do incredible things for your mental health. Scientists have found that curcumin doesn't just reduce inflammation, it actually helps clear out amyloid plaques in the brain. That's the same kind of plaque linked to Alzheimer's disease. And while turmeric isn't a cure, of course, it's a powerful ally in prevention and in keeping your brain environment clean and protected. But there's more. Turmeric has also been shown to boost levels of something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. That's a fancy way of saying it helps grow new brain cells. Imagine that, new brain cells. Even after 60, even after 70, your brain is never too old to grow, to heal, to regenerate. Now, the key with turmeric is consistency and pairing it with black pepper. Why? Because black pepper contains piperine, which boosts the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric mostly just passes through the body. But with pepper, that golden magic gets to work where it matters most. So how do you use it? You can stir turmeric into soups, stews, or curries. Mix a pinch into scrambled eggs or roasted vegetables. Or try what some people call golden milk, a warm blend of turmeric, milk, or plant milk, black pepper, and a touch of honey. It's soothing, cozy, and your brain will thank you every time. Think about this for a moment. These aren't strange, hard-to-find foods. They're simple, everyday ingredients. Blueberries, walnuts, leafy greens, turmeric. Each one doing its part to gently sweep away mental fog, reduce stress on the brain, and help you feel more you again. Because you are not just aging, you are still growing, still becoming. But every day you'll start to feel the difference in the most beautiful ways. You might notice your words come easier. Your thoughts connect faster. You remember where you left your glasses, or the name of that old friend, or what you were about to say without effort. These changes don't always shout, sometimes they whisper. but they add up. Absolutely, let's keep this flowing. A food that's so comforting, so familiar, it often gets overlooked. Yet it's quietly one of the most powerful things you can eat to clean and protect your brain, and that's oats. Yes, humble, old-fashioned oats. The kind you might have eaten as a child on chilly mornings. The kind that fill the kitchen with that warm, wholesome smell. Oats might not seem glamorous, but don't let that fool you. What they lack in flash, they more than make up for in function. Here's why they matter. Your brain thrives on steady, consistent energy. Not sugar spikes. Not crash and burn meals. But a slow, reliable stream of fuel, and that's exactly what oats provide. Oats are full of complex carbohydrates, which break down slowly and feed your brain at just the right pace. That means fewer mental dips, fewer foggy patches, and a smoother, clearer headspace throughout the day. But that's just the beginning. Oats are also rich in fiber, particularly a kind called beta-glucan. This fiber doesn't just help your digestion. It also helps reduce cholesterol and improve blood flow, and better blood flow means more oxygen reaching your brain. Think of it like turning up the pressure in a garden hose suddenly. Our hearts, and yes, our minds. Oats gently help loosen that grip. So how do you enjoy them? Honestly, however you like. Cooked warm on the stove with cinnamon and fruit. Soaked overnight with yogurt and chia seeds. Baked into muffins or blended into smoothies. You can even grind oats into flour and use them in pancakes. The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. A little each day goes a long, long way. Now, let's step back for a moment. We've talked about some powerful tools here. Blueberries for antioxidant support. Walnuts for healthy fats and brain structure. Leafy greens for vital nutrients and memory longevity. Turmeric for inflammation and neuron growth. And oats for stable energy and blood flow. That's 5 simple, accessible foods. No fancy powders. No complicated diets. Just things you can find in your grocery store or maybe already sitting in your pantry. And when you start to bring them into your daily routine, not as a fad, not as a short-term cleanse, but as a gift to your future self, something shifts. You begin to feel a little brighter when you wake up, a little calmer throughout the day. You find the right word faster in conversation. You feel more connected, not just to the world around you. Most gentle change, like adding a handful of walnuts to your morning bowl or switching out toast for oats, sends a message. It says, I still care. I'm still growing. I still believe in me. Your brain believes in you too. It's ready to meet you halfway, to clear the fog, to build new pathways, to help you laugh more, connect more, remember more, and live more. But it needs your help. And it starts with the choices you make in the quiet moments in your kitchen, at your breakfast table, in the grocery aisle. So if you're ready to feel sharper, more alive, more like yourself again, start today. You don't need to do it all at once. Just begin. One berry, one walnut, one mindful choice. And while we're here together, let me say this too: you're doing better than you think. The fact that you're watching this, listening to your body, and seeking new ways to care for your mind, that's powerful. That's courageous. And it deserves to be celebrated. Because the best years aren't behind you. They're still unfolding, one clear, vibrant, beautiful day at a time. And every time you nourish your brain, holding the power to care for one of the most precious parts of yourself, your mind. And not in a way that feels overwhelming or unrealistic. Not with pills or complicated routines, but with simple, nourishing steps. One bowl, one handful, one conscious choice at a time. That's how you clean the brain. That's how you restore clarity. And that's how you bring more light into your life, one bite. One day, one moment at a time. Because here's the truth. Your brain hasn't given up on you. It's still working hard, still forming new connections, still responding to what you feed it, not just with food, but with thoughts, with care, with love. And every time you reach for one of these foods instead of something processed or sugary or empty, you deserve to enjoy these years with full presence, not lost in forgetfulness, not sitting in fog, but awake, alert, and deeply connected to life. You know, some people say memory loss is just part of getting older, but the science and the stories of real people say otherwise. Your brain isn't broken. It's just been asking for help. And now, imagine waking up in the morning and feeling truly present. You walk into the kitchen and remember exactly why. You open a cabinet, reach for those walnuts, smile as you toss them into your oats, and feel good about what you're doing. Not because it's trendy or fancy or expensive, but because it's right. It's rooted in wisdom. And it's for you. You start noticing little things that your thoughts feel clearer, that names come back quicker, that you don't lose your train of thought as often, that your mood feels a bit lighter, for conversations that feel richer, for confidence when talking to a doctor, reading a book, or sharing a story, for those beautiful, everyday moments that become easier when your mind is bright and strong. So today, I want to leave you with something simple, a challenge, but also a gift. For the next 7 days, pick one of these brain-cleaning foods and add it to your routine. Just one. Start there. Blueberries with breakfast. A sprinkle of turmeric in your tea. A leafy green salad with lunch. A small bowl of oats in the morning. And watch what happens. Notice how your body responds. Notice how your mind feels at the end of the day. It may not be dramatic, but it will be real. You'll start to feel something shift, like fog lifting, like light coming through the window. And it all begins with that one step. If you've made it this far in the video, I invite you to share this with someone you love. Maybe a partner, a friend, a neighbor, someone who also wants to keep their mind sharp, their heart full, their days meaningful. Sharing more ways to help you live strong, live clear, and live fully at every age. Remember, your brain is still growing. Your story is still unfolding. And the best chapters? They might just be the ones you're writing now. So eat well, think clearly, love deeply, and keep showing up for you, because you are still the most important project you'll ever work on.